Hey, ass butt.
This is Crossroads. See, behind the scenes on a lot of movies these days, it's completely green screen, and it's so weird.
It's so weird, and
but even that, because even with the green screens, they're creating digital mats that are digitally made, and they're not real, and that's why we're going back to the whole, they're not even real things, and you're being able to pick them apart because technology for the camera has grown so fast, and nothing else is growing with it.
I think there's one scene that I thought I was actually amazed to see that was green screen, and it was from Mad Max. Yeah. And like the road, and it's the overshot of them driving on the road, and then they took away like the entire everything around it. And I'm like, damn, that wasn't.
Well, that movie's a good example of using multiple ways
and layering, which is what this episode did.
Right.
You have to have the practical effects, and then, like I said, I think with technology moving forward, you have to have something that feels real because, like Mike said, we're outpacing our ability to make it look real.
And you know what? I delve and I communicate a lot in the visual effects world, and the visual effects guys, the hardcore CGI guys, they will not agree. They're like, nope, CGI is great. It's the best it's ever been. And you know what? CGI does look.
It is the best it's ever been. That doesn't mean it's better than real life, though.
Exactly. And it looks amazing, but I have to say that there's very few shows that can truly make you or fool you into thinking something's real. And the show that comes to my mind is Boardwalk Empire and Game of Thrones. Those are the two shows where their entire backgrounds are not even there, but they look so effing amazing because they use a lot of set extension, like in
art
Mad
design.
Max. Yeah.
So
I know we're getting off topic, but I think it goes hand in hand with this topic, honestly, with this episode breakdown.
It does. I think this is a strong counter to some recent episodes we've seen, not just season 12, but season all the way through season 8 and 7, especially with the Leviathans. That's CGI compared to practical. I think even the Leviathans pulling their head back, had that been done in some kind of practical way, like something out of The Thing,
I agree,
that would have looked terrifying and real, and we would have bought it. But what we got is CGI that looks bad 6 years later.
Did you know that was actually on a list of top 5 worst visual effects scenes in a TV show?
Really?
It was on a website that I go to a lot.
That's
and
sad.
Dude, it's not about the website's not about Supernatural.
No,
it's about visual effects in television, and they specifically mentioned the Leviathan in season 7 of Supernatural, which they just put all of Supernatural into it because of that, saying Supernatural suffers from terrible visual effects, much like Doctor Who. And I was beyond pissed. I'm like, do not judge Supernatural's visual effects based on one poor season that they decided to do CGI villains.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you mentioned, so I think, Thomas, you mentioned The Thing.
Yeah, dude, imagine that.
Look at that movie. Okay, that's all practical effects.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Horrifying to this day.
One of the most horrifying things I've ever seen in my life, and I love it.
Yeah.
And I think you're right, Thomas. There's ways to do. I'm a sucker for practical effects, and I think. But I don't understand all the hatred on the way the Wendigo. I don't get it, dude. It doesn't make any sense to me.
And that's why I put all this visual effects stuff in the show notes, because a lot of people bitch about that. I'm like, man, it was amazing.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
From an artistic and technical standpoint, it was so good.
Absolutely.
The risks they took as well for a second episode. Yeah, we're going to light this guy on fire, and we're going to have half of it in dark.
Second fucking episode, and they're setting a dude on fire.
That's something that they wouldn't do these days.
No way, dude. They'd never do that.
The concept of we're going to burn this guy alive, and then half the scene's going to be pitch black. We're not going to have a monster. Trust us, it's there. That's something that you try to sell that today. Good fucking luck.
No way, dude. Not a chance.
Good fucking luck today. Now it's all about seeing it and how many pixels there are, and I think that does show the effort they put into this show from the word go.
The very beginning.
How hard they tried to make it all look good. And again, it's not to knock visual effects entirely, because this did use visual effects or computer and generated effects.
Yeah.
It's a mix. I think you need a mix as we move forward. And I think that's something that Supernatural says that season 12 is taking lessons from going back to horror with season 1 and 2 and stuff like that. This, I feel like their way in which they are trying to capture these images that truly scare us is how they need to move forward with that. I mean, American Nightmare is a good example. That one's scary as shit. There's not even a supernatural really element except psychic powers to that. So, what have you? But anyway, I'm sorry, guys. I can't read that from here.
I could have done that. We need to go to break. It's all right. Never mind. I can have it. Jesus Christ.
That is awesome.
That's the worst ever.
Jesus Christ.
David's all like, I want him to hand it to you so it doesn't ruin the show. He's all,
I know. I can't see it. Here, let me bring it to you rather than say.
Hey, guys.
That's all right.
Guys, I mean, it's our second video.
This will be behind the scenes
David's
stuff on the Patreon.
David's all like, listen, I'm the camera guy, not an effing secretary, okay? He's all, fuck you.
Jesus Christ. All right, with that, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back in just a moment. Like, I can't fucking see what we're pointing at.
Can you get that paper back for me?
Here you go.
Well, I showed him my phone to try to say, hey, look.
I couldn't see that either.
Oh, you saw it?
On your computer.